Shivoham, 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 Shivoham. Shivoham, Shivoham. Shivoham, 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 Shivoham.
Namaste. Welcome to Kaivalya Yoga Gurukulam for this beautiful session of yoga on such a holy occasion, the Maha Shivarathri. What a glorious night it has been so far. It is indeed our greatest good fortune, our privilege and honor to be able to offer this service and to be able to do yoga with those of you who have decided to join. So thank you for joining this class. This is that special time where the mind is very amicable to tuning into the higher consciousness, the realms of the higher consciousness. And there is no other better way for me other than a practice of yoga. So let us begin with all earnestness. As always, this will be a relatively simple class from a physical standpoint. It will be more of a beginner session, but we'll focus more on the Bandhas and Kriyas. But please be careful and use safety as priority when you are doing any of these physical activities. We shall begin the class with the Kriyas. Many of you are already familiar with this. Some of you are doing the intermediate and other classes. We don't do that regularly. But today is a great day and we need to review them and let us offer this to the Shiva consciousness within us. We'll begin with the Omkara Kriya. The Omkara Kriya, you chant the Om. Along with the Om, you allow the breath to exhale. You exhale nicely. And it brings about a tremendous cleansing to the body and a sharp, focused attention to the mind. Let's do this together. So as you chant the Om, bend forward, crush your back. Bend your back, crush your lungs so you're able to breathe out fully, and then you breathe in and come up again. And then go into the next Om. We'll do it 3 times. Let's do it together. Take in a deep breath. Breathe in, come up. Again. Breathe in, come up. Again. Sit up tall and straight, your eyes closed. Allow your mind to get into a state of focused attention. Having established that, let's do the next Kriya, the Kaka Shuddhi Kriya. Mouth spouted like a beak of a crow. We're going to do a powerful exhalation. Continue till you can exhale no more. Then breathe in and come up. A complete detoxification of the lungs takes place. Breathe in and let's go. Breathe in and come up. It's one long exhalation till you can exhale no more. Again, 4 more times. There will be a soft music at the background just to keep the frontal lobe occupied. So allow that and ignore that after a while. Let that not bother you. 3rd time. Breathe. Come up. Breathe. Come up. 1 more time. 5th. Breathe. All right. The next one is Agni Sarakriya. You're going to breathe out, pull the stomach in, and then flap the stomach, holding the breath out. You're going to flap the stomach in and out, like fanning a fire within. The divine flame is here, and this activates the Samana Vayu, which in turn is in charge of spreading energy and nourishment throughout the body. So this is a very powerful and a beautiful exercise to stay very healthy and have a clear eyesight and clear perception in your mind, clarity, focus. All of that comes with Agni Sara. The benefits are innumerable. Let's do 5 sets. Breathe out, hold the breath out, flap the stomach in and out. Loose. Just playfully join this. Let's do it together. Inhale first and then exhale. Again. Three more times. Breathe out. Two more. One last one. Breathe in and breathe out. Sit up tall and straight, eyes closed. Observe if there are any changes in your body. Tune into your body, listen to your body. Wonderful. And now we'll practice the 3 bandhas. Bandhas are a wonderful way to move our consciousness upwards. Earth and water follow gravity. And when the Apana Vayu that flows downwards is pulled by the earth, it is difficult for our consciousness to move up. So you'll feel lazy, you feel sleepy, you feel tired and so on. So when you do the bandhas, it blocks the psychic path and the consciousness begins to move upward. Creates the environment for us to pull the energy and move it upward. So you feel elated, you feel light, you feel energetic, right? And so on. So the Mula Bandha is pulling the perineum muscles up. So you can sit in Siddhasana like this. Place the left heel in the region of the perineum and lean forward. Open up the knees, spread it out. So there is a mild pressure of the heel against the perineum muscle. Sit up tall and straight and gently focus your attention on the perineum muscles, the place between the anus and the genitals. And draw the muscles up. Moola Bandha. Moola Bandha. It closes the flow of energy into the earth. Take a few seconds, focus on that. Moola Bandha is easy to learn, relatively easy to learn, but the challenge is to hold it. Slightest fickleness in the mind is reflected in the Moola Bandha because you lose it. The Bandha is lost. So holding the Bandha is vital here. So hold the Bandha in place. And then shift your awareness to this part, Uddiyana Bandha, the next Bandha. Having closed the gate, we want to pull the energy upwards. So the Uddiyana Bandha, Uddiya means fly. Uddiyana Bandha is rising. Udaya is rise, right? So Uddiyana rises. In other words, it pulls the consciousness to move upwards. So holding the Moola Bandha in place, you're going to breathe out and pull the stomach in and hold there. So you can't breathe at this point. Simply the Uddiyana Bandha. You're going to breathe out, hold the breath out, pull your stomach as much as you can inward and hold it. And then breathe in again. Okay, so this is not the mild Uddiyana Bandha. This is the full Uddiyana Bandha. So sit up tall and straight. You can lean forward slightly if necessary. Breathe in and breathe out fully. And release. Uddiyana Bandha. So while doing the Uddiyana Bandha, it's ideal to look into the stomach. So you do also the Jalandhara Bandha. So you bend your neck down and you press your chin against the chest. So Moola Bandha from here, Jalandhara Bandha from here, and Uddiyana Bandha. All of this activates the Sushumna Nadi and connects right to the Sahasrara. Okay? So perform the Moola Bandha, bend your neck down, touch your chin to the chest, pressing the neck. When you're doing this, you still continue to breathe through the Ujjayi breath. The suction is done from the throat in the Ujjayi breath. So continue the Ujjayi breath. Breathe out fully. Again, do the Uddiyana Bandha. Breathe in and come up. So these three bandhas, fingers in Chin Mudra. If you can, focus your eyes between the eyebrows here, Agni Chakra, but that could cause headache. If you cannot do this, then look to the tip of the nose. So you have Ekagra Drishti here, either here or the tip of the nose. Nasika Drishti or Bhru Madhya Drishti. So these are the true drishtis. So this is one, fingers like this, and all the three bandhas together. Try and hold the Uddiyana Bandha as long as you can. Breathe in and come up. Again, breathe out. Again, perform the Uddiyana Bandha. Just this practice alone, if you do for 10-15 minutes, the mind just settles down to a very beautiful place. It needs tremendous patience. And in Shivarathri, this is the time where the moon is finishing, the Chaturdasi is ending, the 14th night is ending, and the new moon is beginning. So this is the time, perfect time. as far as the United States is concerned, this part of the world, this time is perfect, just as Chaturdashi is ending. In other words, the mind is dying completely. Perform the bandhas, perfect time to practice it. That's why we are doing it now. So, these are the really advanced forms of yoga. All you need is to practice it regularly. That's all. There is no other complication to these exercises. So, hands in Chin Mudra. You decide whether you want to focus here or here. Both are the same. It really doesn't matter. Perform the Mula Bandha first. Jalandhara Bandha in place. Uddiyana Bandha will come last. Chin Mudra in place. Eyes are focused. And then breathe in. As you breathe out, hold the breath out. Perform the Uddiyana Bandha. Then breathe in. Hold it comfortably as long as you can. Breathe in and come up. Let's do this just one more time. Today we are just using this as an occasion to learn this. And then you can always practice it more every day. Spend 5, 7 minutes, 10 minutes before your yoga session to just practice this. Let's do it again. Bandhatraya it is called. The 3 bandhas together. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Jalandhara Bandha, along with Chin Mudra and Drishti. Drishti is either Nasika Drishti or Bhrumadhya Drishti. Let's do it one more time. First get into position. Perform the Mula Bandha. And then breathe out. At your own pace, get into Uddiyana Bandha. Breathe in and come up. Now for Uddiyana Bandha, sometimes you may want to bend a lot more and then pull your stomach nicely in. And then straighten up. It's okay. The mind gets almost instantly, I feel it, instantly it gets drawn so much inward, especially tonight. We have done a lot of chanting and meditation the whole night. So the mind is so introvert at this point. It's very difficult to converse. So these bandhas really draw your mind in, and it almost comes to a state of blankness, almost. And that's a beautiful part of it. Wonderful. Today also being an auspicious occasion, I want to teach you one more called the Maha Mudra. Maha Mudra is done like this. I use a small, just a rolled up towel. If you have handy, please use that. I'm going to sit on that here, the back. So I'm not sitting fully on the ground. I just need a couple of inches height, just safety of the back, no other reason. Okay? So having done that, seated on that, I'm going to take my left. This is done only with one side in traditional practice. The left is folded in. The left side is the introvert side. This is the Chandra Nadi or the Ida Nadi. So we need to fold the left leg in, place it against the perineum, like in the Mula Bandha. Stretch the right leg out. Now, you can hold with your fingers, with your 4 fingers around the thumb, big toe. Press both your thumbs onto the big toe like this, like so. This is basically the position. You're not going to go any more lower than this. Okay? If you cannot reach this for any reason, then you can use a belt and hold it. Okay, if you're very stiff and you're just beginning, don't hurt your back by trying to go further. But if you can hold this, then ideally you want to press the thumb. The thumb pressing the big toe, I keep calling it the thumb, sorry. Like I said, today I can't talk much. Anyway, the big toe, you press it with your thumb here. When you press the big toe, the Sahasrara right on the top of the head gets activated. This is connected to this. So it's a very powerful mudra. Physically, it's really nothing much. Let me show you. So you sit like this, you press these thumbs, and then, I hope it's clear. We're getting it in the mic, in the camera, right? Okay. So, once you are in this position, then you perform again all the three bandhas. The Mula Bandha, Udyana Bandha, and the Jalandhara Bandha. So it becomes Maha Bandha, Maha Mudra. Very, very powerful exercise. Okay? And I'm honored to teach it on Shivarathri. So please practice this. So in this position or with the belt, right? I'm showing you both those options. In this position. First do the Jalandhara Bandha, look down. So here you can't do Chin Mudra because you are using this mudra here. You are doing like this over the big toe and pressing the big toe with both your thumbs. And then you're going to breathe out, do the Udyana Bandha, Mula Bandha. And release. 3 or 4 times you exhale, do the full Udyana Bandha. 3 to 4 times. So you're not breathing at that point, right? Full Udyana Bandha is where you exhale fully and then you pull the stomach in, hold the breath, and then release. After 3 or 4 times, then you do the mild Udyana Bandha. Just pull it slightly, keep all the 3 bandhas in place. That's called the Lagu version, the Lagu Mula, Lagu Udyana, and Lagu Jalandhara. So it's physically there, but you're going to continue to breathe. So now you hold this, instead of performing the full, just mildly pull the stomach in, pull the perineum muscles up, all the 3 bandhas in place, and stay here. Look down into your chest. Eyes focus on the tip of the nose or between the eyebrows. And just stay there. Breathing in and out through the back of the lungs. Breathe from the back. Because this is crushed here, you can't use the lungs to breathe. Stomach is pulled in, you can't use the stomach. So the back. And release. This is one you don't do both sides. You don't say, okay, now I want to do this side. Okay? Maha Mudra is done only one side. Only the left. This is for meditation purpose. These things are praised so highly in the yogic texts that it's almost unbelievable. And you might wonder, what am I doing? Nothing much. But there is a lot of psychic nerves, the nadis get a lot of purification in this combination of mudras and bandhas in this. That's why it's called Maha Mudra. So, feet pressed against your perineum. Let's try this one more time. Press your thumbs against the toe. Drop your head down. Perform the Jalandhara Bandha. Perform a mild Udyana Bandha. Pull your stomach slightly in. Perform the Mula Bandha. Hold the 3 bandhas in place. Use the Ujjayi breath. Listen to the sound of the breath. And just stay focused on the experience. And breathe in. Wonderful. Now, if you force yourself, you might get a back problem. So please don't force yourself. You can start with this and slowly As you practice yoga and get more flexible, then you'll be able to go down. All right? So that is the Maha Mudra. It is done with a lot of reverence and prayer. So that's why I said I'm very honored to be able to teach it. Don't underestimate the power of these practices. Just keep practicing. In a few weeks and a few months, you will get definitely some benefits if you spend time. If you spend 2 minutes, you may not get much. But when you practice these bandhas for 6-7 minutes at least, and then you practice Maha Mudra for another 4-5 minutes. So 10 to 15 minutes of just these two exercises alone before a yoga session will go a long way in bringing your mind to a state of acute focus. There is magic when you bring the mind to a state of focused attention. It's like there is an intoxication that happens. It's very difficult to explain in words. So that was the Maha Mudra, which I wanted to teach on Shivarathri, and I'm glad I was able to do that. So thank you for joining this class and giving me this opportunity to share with you the Maha Mudra, the way I learned it from a wonderful yogi who used to visit Baba's ashram when I was there. All right, we will go into Mercury Kriya. On all fours, knees hip-width apart, toes pointed out, place your elbows against the knees and come up. We've all done this before, so it should be easy. Breathe out and hunch the back. Let's start together. Breathe out, hunch the back. Look into your stomach. Breathe in, arch your back, look up. Focus on flexing the spine. Don't bend your elbows. Breathe out, hunch the back. Breathe in, arch. Breathe out, hunch. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One last one. Breathe in. And breathe out. Gently sit on your ankles. If this is hurting, then place the same towel, just place it under your ankles so it becomes a little bit of a cushion and you'll be able to sit longer. Okay, so this is in case your ankles are hurting. It'll all come with practice. We're going to Pranamasana. Pranamasana brings a sense of humility, reverence. It also brings down blood pressure, stress. All of that is relieved in this beautiful pose. How is this done? Ideally, you want to keep knees together, but if for some reason, if you have an extra stomach here and you're not able to do that, then you can spread it out a little bit. But try to keep this in. Stomach is pulled in nicely. You're going to use the back of your lungs to breathe, so the stomach doesn't need to move. There's no room here. Palms on the floor, breathe in. As you breathe out, pull your stomach in, collapse on top of the thighs. You see my butt is not coming up. I simply collapse on top. Take the hands back. Now if you cannot do this, if this comes up like this, then all you need to do is place a block and rest your head on the block. You need to press your forehead against something. That is the key in Pranamasana, is activating the Agni Chakra. So the Agni Chakra is activated when you press it against something. So if you cannot reach the floor, if you're stuck like this halfway, what do you do then? Right? Then you use a block in front and let your forehead rest. In other words, put your full weight of the body on it, gently. And you use the back of your lungs to breathe, this part.
This is what you breathe in, because there is no room for the lungs to move here, the back. You can take full deep breaths in this pose. For those of you who are younger, you can easily go all the way down. Breathing in and out. You could stay in this pose for as long as you want, 5 to 7 minutes of this. See, advancement in yoga is not necessarily advancement in flexibility and doing all those pretzel, what do they call it, pretzel kind of poses. Those are also good. That has a lot of physical implication. But these are very powerful in psychological, spiritual exercises. So this is for Agni Chakra. Palms on the floor. Stay here. You can spend 5, 7 minutes in this pose. But you have to learn to breathe from the back of the lungs. In other words, you should not use your stomach. Stomach should be pulled in. So the Uddiyana Bandha is what creates the magic, pulls the energy up, and the Agni Chakra being pressed begins to activate. Then when you sit for meditation, meditation comes just very easily, very beautifully. That is the power of this. So it is called Pranam Asana. Pranam means salutation pose. So once again, if you're come up, let's try this one more time. Breathe in. As you breathe out, pull your stomach in. Rest your forehead either on the block or on the ground. Take your hands back. So your full body weight rests. Breathe in and out. Try and use the back of your lungs to breathe. Make sure your stomach doesn't move. Press. Come up. So you can come up and then go down again. So slowly your body will get used to this. So maybe you could stay only for 30 seconds or 1 minute, then come up and then try again. Some of you might find it very comfortable and you can just be in this pose for as long as you want. But it's important that this presses against something. Okay? So I have seen people do this. This is of no use. It'll actually hurt your back. Allow your body to rest against something. Like this. Put your weight on it. This is Pranamasana. Again, a very powerful way, especially when the moon is in the waning phase. These are the exercises you begin to do. Because along with the moon being waned, going into the new moon stage, your mind also gets slowly introvert, and this accentuates that. So the quality of your meditation becomes very powerful. All right? Wonderful. And then we do Vyagrasana. From Mercury to Pranamasana. Then we do Vyagrasana. Vyagra is tiger. So on all fours, raise your right leg up. All the way, toes pointed out. That's the tail of the tiger. Your right leg is up. Bring your left hand up and look up tall and straight. You see, I'm not going down like this. I'm up like a tiger. Powerful. Stomach is pulled in here again. Uddiyana Bandha in place. Mild Uddiyana. Look up. Breathe in and out. Use your chest to breathe. And come back. Let's try the other side. Left leg up, toes pointed out, tall and straight like a tiger. This brings a lot of courage and confidence in your personality. Stretch your right hand out like a tiger leaping. Stomach pulled up. Don't let your stomach fall out. Keep it tight. Breathe in and out through the chest. Lengthen the body. And come back. Again, from here, go into Pranamasana. Rest your forehead either on the block or on the floor. Take your hands back. Slowly. Come on. Let us sit down. Ideally, in yoga, you never sit on the floor. I've said this so many times. Please make it a habit to use a rolled up towel or something, at least 2 to 3 inches you want it under your butt. You can sit in Siddhasana, you can bring your left toe underneath, right foot over your left or just in front. Sit up tall and straight. This is one way to sit for meditation. The other way is Padmasana. If you can, for those of you who can do this, you can do Padmasana as well. These are all just different methods. It's not like one is better than the other. So among all the asanas, Siddhasana is supposed to be number 1. Then comes Padmasana. So in very traditional practices, this is taught more to ladies. Siddhasana is taught to men and Padmasana is taught to women. Stomach pulled in, hands in chin mudra. Drop your neck down. Breathe in and out. Slowly let us allow our mind to settle down. My mind is so withdrawn. I'm not able to teach asanas or do asanas, so bear with me. And I'm sure if most of you feel had stayed awake and been part of a satsang, being Shivarathri, you would feel the same thing as well. So let us enjoy this moment of simply being in a state of being absorbed. So choose your favorite position, whatever works for you, Padmasana or Siddhasana or simply cross-legged, or you may be sitting on a stool or a chair. Make sure the spine is straight. Do a mild Mula Bandha, a mild Jalandhara Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Mild. Mild means you're slightly pulling your stomach in, but you're going to continue to breathe from the chest. In meditation, it's very important you keep the Mula Bandha in place. Drop your neck down. Keep your eyes focused either on the tip of the nose or in between the eyebrows. If you can, do the Kechari Mudra. You can roll the tongue as well, backwards, and keep the mouth closed. So let's go into meditation here. In this position, simply observe. First, begin observing the body. How are you sitting? How does the legs feel? How are the ankles feel? If necessary, make some adjustments. Is the bandha in place? Shift your awareness slowly up to the region of the stomach, the back. Is Uddiyana Bandha in place? Then I come up to the chest. Observe, is the chest working? Inhaling and exhaling. Because the stomach doesn't move here. The chest moves. Shoulders relaxed. neck. Down with the chin gently placed against the chest. Shoulders, relax your shoulders. Hands gently placed, resting on top of your thighs, either palms turned up or down. And then shift your focus to your face, tongue rolled back. If that is uncomfortable, then you don't have to. You don't have to do the Kechari. But if you can do the Kechari Mudra, nothing like it. Lips gently closed. Eyes gently focused on the spot, at the tip of the nose or between the eyebrows. Once your body is set, then begin to slowly move your attention to your breath. Simply observe the rhythm of your breath. Inhalation, exhalation. Simply observe. And then slowly begin to focus more on the exhalation. Just simply focus on the length of your exhalation. How long is your exhalation? Can you follow the breath as it leaves the body? In yoga, it is called measuring the length of your breath. How long is your exhalation? How far beyond the nostrils can you feel the air? Keep the Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha in place. With every breath, with every exhalation, allow a part of you to leave the body and reach out to the universe. Don't worry about inhalation. That's automatic. Begin to observe your exhalations. Shoulders relaxed. With every exhalation, step out along with the breath. Along with the breath, step out of your body, as it were. Inhalation pulls your consciousness back into the body. Exhalation takes it out. Begin to observe this rhythmic dance, like the dance of Nataraja. Long exhalations, short inhalations, subtle breathing. Mula Bandha in place. Uddiyana Bandha in place. Kechari Mudra in place. Stop thinking and begin to observe. Observe the rhythm of your breath. In other words, you're training the mind to focus on something very subtle. When you learn this art, only then will you be able to focus on something more subtle than the breath, namely the chakras and the energy centers. Until then, all of that will only be mere visualizations. And thus our mind becomes entrained to the rhythm of your breath. Once the mind begins to taste the subtleties of this rhythm, it stays as if intoxicated by the rhythmic movement of the breath. Such is the power of the breathing and the rhythms of breath. When the mind wavers, gently coax it back to the breath. Take in a deep breath and once again draw the mind to the breath. Then the mind trains, stays entrained, stays focused. Gently take a deep breath.
slowly come out of the state of mind, if you will. When the mind is so entrained with the breath, it doesn't sometimes want to even come out of that state. It likes to be there. Enjoying the gentle rhythms of inhalations and exhalations, like a cradle that puts a baby to sleep. Rhythm of inhalations and exhalations calms your mind down. And like a baby, the mind goes to sleep. It doesn't mean you will fall asleep. But when the mind goes to sleep, intuition awakens. The higher mind awakens. And that is why the first step in meditation practice is to calm down the conscious mind, the analytical mind, the mind that is constantly thinking, am I doing this correct, am I doing that wrong, this, that, and so on. Just let it focus on the breath. Let your breath be the lullaby to calm the mind. And the mind goes to sleep. Such practices become more easier when the moon is in the waning phase. You get that 15 days every month, every cycle starts after the full moon. And as the days progress, so will the quality of your meditation begin to improve. And you'll be able to draw your mind more and more inward and calm the mind down, like it is today on Maha Shivarathri. May the divine Shiva guide us, guide you all, guide us all. Hold our hands and take us back home, back to Kailasha, where there is only His consciousness. And nothing else prevails, nothing else matters. There is no birth, there is no death, there is no ups and downs. The spirit is soaked in divine bliss. The bliss of absolute truth consciousness. May each and every one of you be guided to this highest state of the experience of Shiva within. Thank you all for joining this class, for giving me this greatest honor to teach. Let us end this class with one Om and three Shantis. And after this class, you can continue. If you feel like in that meditative state, you can continue to be there for some time. And let that state naturally come down. Until we meet again, which will be Monday. Stay blessed, stay inspired, stay safe. Oh.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.